religious setting as well, albeit a secularized religious setting like this one. I worked for a few months in 2000, back when I was 22 years old, as a student chaplain at a children's hospital in Ohio. And when I was doing that work, I knew a lot of kids who were very sick, and a lot of kids who died as well. And I was a really bad chaplain. I was in the process of trying to become ordained as an Anglican priest, but I dropped out because I was really bad at it. I was bad in retrospect, I think, because when I saw the reality of suffering and injustice laid bare before me, my only response to it was nihilism. Like, I had all these fancy ideas about why bad things happen to good people, and I still have those ideas, and they're still very useful to me, I guess, but when I saw it in reality, none of that was any comfort to me at all, because all I felt was hopeless. And immediately after I finished working at the children's hospital, I decided that I was going to write a great children's hospital novel, except that I never wrote about children or hospitals. I was exclusively writing about myself. I was writing about this 22-year-old hospital chaplain who was exactly like me, except better looking. And like, there were all these female doctors, and the plot of the stories was always like, which of these beautiful doctors, inexplicably attracted to this young chaplain, will he choose? And eventually I put those aside, thank goodness. But the question at the heart of those books I couldn't put aside. The question of, is it possible to live a hopeful or joyful life in the face of the world as we find it? Not in the face of the world that we imagine might exist, or the world we wish existed, but the world that does exist. And the truth is that the world that does exist is a world in which children have suffered and died for no reason every single day of human history, and will probably do so every single day for the rest of human history. It's not just that I tried to make a gift for you, it's that each of you who has read it has given a gift back to me. The gift of reading generously and thoughtfully, the gift of reading at all in a world that's dominated by distractions from, Angry Birds to Call of Duty to Facebook to Tumblr to television to movies. To choose to spend your time in this quiet, contemplative way is a tremendous gift to me, and I can only hope that the book is a gift that rewards your generosity. Late in the winter of my 17th year, my mother decided I was depressed. Presumably because I regularly left the house, spent quite a lot of time in bed, read the same book over and over, ate infrequently, and developed I wrote the book. Devoted quite a bit of my abundant free time to thinking about death. Whenever you read a cancer booklet or website or whatever, they always list depression among the side effects of cancer. But in fact, depression is not a side effect of cancer. Depression is a side effect of dying. Cancer is also a side effect of dying. Almost everything is really side note, not in the novel. A lot of people have taken issue with that line, and been like, cancer isn't a side effect of dying. They're wrong, I'm right. You're not to put too fine a point on it, but we know that cancer is a side effect of dying because cancer wouldn't exist if it weren't for mitosis, which wouldn't be necessary if it weren't for cell death. And yeah. Thank you for agreeing with my defense of myself. He said, preaching to the choir. My mom believed I required treatment, so she took me to see my regular Dr. Jim, who agreed that I was invariably swimming in a paralyzing and totally clinical depression, and that therefore my bed should be adjusted, and also I should attend a weekly support group. The support group featured a rotating cast of characters in various states of tumor-driven unwellness. Why did the cast rotate? A side effect of dying. The support group, of course, was depressing as hell. It met every Wednesday in the basement of a stone-walled Episcopal church shaped like a cross. Never been able to do this before. We all sat in a circle right in the middle of the cross, where the two boards would have met, where the heart of Jesus would have been. It's cool. I noticed this because Patrick, the support group leader and only person over 18 in the room, talked about the heart of Jesus every freaking meeting, all about how we, as young cancer survivors, were sitting right in Christ's very sacred heart, or whatever. So here's how it went in God's heart. The 6 or 7 or 10 of us walked/wheeled in, grazed at a decrepit selection of cookies and lemonade, sat down in a circle of trust, and listened to Patrick recount for the 1000th time his depressingly miserable life story. How he had cancer in his balls, and they thought he was going to die, but he didn't die, and now here he is, a full-grown adult in a church basement in the 137th largest city in America, divorced, addicted to video games, mostly friendless, eking out a meager living by exploiting his cancer-tastic past, slowly working his way toward a master's degree that will not improve his career prospects, waiting, as we all do, for the sword of Damocles to give him the relief that he escaped below those many years ago when cancer took both of his nuts, but spared what only the most generous soul would call his life. And you too might be so lucky. I think Hank's greatest achievement, besides founding VidCon, the world's largest online video conference, and co-founding DFTV Records, one of the leading merch companies that help YouTubers share stuff with the people who like them. I think his greatest accomplishment is 2D glasses. Hank was at a 3D movie with his wife, and her head hurt while with the 3D glasses on, and Hank devised a way to wear special glasses that render three-dimensional movies in a crisp 2 dimensions. And he called me and he said, "John, do you want to invest in this idea? We're going to make 2D glasses, it's going to be a huge hit." I said, "No." Of course, as he would, because it was a terrible idea. And I was wrong. He also co-created many YouTube channels, from the Vlog Brothers to Crash Course to SciShow to the Lizzie Bennett Diaries. An adaptation of Pride and Prejudice that, from the sound of it, is watched primarily by young women.
And men.
I watch it. I love it.
Sorry, the person who I just called short.
So I want to play some songs for you, if that's all right. Oh, that's good to know. So you're totally down with this idea. Okay. I'm glad to hear it. This song is about corks, because I like about stuff that I like. I like corks, because they make up stuff. And I like stuff. Makes total sense. A quark is a fundamental constituent of matter, observed in 1968 through deep elastic scattering. We found that protons aren't as simple as we thought. We thought they were solid particles, but they are not protons. In fact, are made up of 3 separate pieces, and just as our knowledge increases. This room is too big for that. You guys are hearing the music like a half a minute after I play it. And it's funny because I can actually hear you laugh after these people in the front laughed. Things made up, of course, including protons and neutrons, are composite particles that physicists call hadrons. Many types of hadrons are theoretically described, but most exist for only very brief amounts of time. Quarks have electric charge, color charge, mass, and spin. Having color charge means they exist solely inside of other kinds of particles and cannot exist alone. Which quarks have never been studied on their own. That's strange, top bottom. If you don't know what a quark is, it don't matter, you still got it. Leptons and bosons, unless some things are missing, they become better than we can see and that we know exists. This is very intimidating. I think it was designed for that. Okay. I forgot the words to my song because there's a monastery around me. That's what this was built for. You can see why they decided to sing like that, because it's like, what is he saying? Just forever. Things made up of, that's not right. John just shouted out the wrong line to me. Chords can join together in two different ways. Baryons and basons, but most instantly decay. If a particle has three chords, then it's a baryon. And if there's no grid and an anti-chord, then it is a meson. These tiny bits of matter are part of almost everything. And there is no unified theory to make it less confusing. But the fact that we've identified that they exist at all is so freaking remarkable that I just say it all. Up, down, straight, sharp, top, bottom. If you don't know what a chord gets, it don't matter, you still got it. And with leptons and bosons, that's the things I'm missing. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. Oh, up, down, straight, sharp, top, bottom. If you don't know what a chord gets, it don't matter, you still got it. And with leptons and bosons, that's the things I'm missing. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists. They make up everything that we can see and that we know exists.
I hope you enjoyed our tour here. Thank you for coming to our show. So,
Is that right?
I think that's right. I think that's definitely right. We're just gonna keep, when I go to the club, I will do that. And I'm sure people will be like, that is a really great torque you've got there.
God, I hate that marimba noise so much. It's what wakes me up in the morning. We've gotten good at this. What? I'm just preparing.